Hello, Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me. I want to talk today about increasing one's self-confidence when interacting with the wealthy, and it actually links to this whole topic of making snap decisions, which we all do. We know we're not supposed to. We know we're not supposed to judge the book by the proverbial cover, but we all wind up doing it. And the wealthy, the affluent, do it as much, if not more so, when they are assessing whether somebody is their kind, whether somebody is a part of their tribe. So today's program is really focused on how can you specifically, from the way that you appear, your attire, make sure that you're not falling into the trap where people dismiss you just arbitrarily because they don't think that you're part of their group. And I just got back from Las Vegas. I don't know if you've been there. If you haven't, I certainly recommend it. It's, if for no other reason, it's just absolutely fascinating to see what you can build with a $2 billion budget. The hotels are absolutely incredible. And Las Vegas, like a lot of places, caters to a variety of different kinds of incomes. You have hotels and casinos that focus on the budget conscious consumer. There's a lot of hotels that kind of cater in the mid market. And then there's a few, most notably the Bellagio, the Wynn, Aria, that cater to the very high end. And there is one of my favorite people watching places, the Petrosian Bar inside the Bellagio, right off the lobby. If you ever happen to be there, it's a great place to have a drink and to watch. And you see the cross gamut of people, because the Bellagio, although it's a very upscale hotel, where it's situated on the Strip, you get a lot of foot traffic going through it. And so you will see people that are obviously extremely wealthy, and you will also see people who, if from a snap judgment standpoint, you would say, no, that's just not that's not somebody who is particularly well off. Now, my wife, who's a lot nicer person than I am, would say that you're making false judgments, that the chunky lady wearing the Margaritaville T-shirt could be a real estate mogul, and the nicely turned out attractive lady with the designer bag and probably could be a hooker. And it is Vegas, so that is all possible. But the point is that we make snap judgments, and the wealthy make these snap judgments about you. And so you want to avoid the pitfalls, and I talk about that in more detail. Now, the other advantage of actually thinking about your attire, and every time that you leave the house, making sure that you look well put together, or my favorite word to describe it is polished. The other advantage of that is self-confidence, which I mentioned in the very beginning. There's an old saying, you look good, you play good, you get paid good. And there's a lot of truth to that. When you look good, you approach the world with a level of self-confidence. And I know that for many, many people, dealing with very wealthy and very affluent people can be intimidating. So if you look well put together, if you look polished, that's going to give you that extra boost of confidence, and that's going to help you in terms of all your interactions. So there's a lot more in the blog article that's immediately below this video, so check that out. I think that you'll find it to be helpful. And as I've said in other videos, if you are sincerely focused on the affluent market, and you've been doing this for a while, and you have a reasonable budget for marketing, perhaps the two of us should talk. And if that sounds like something that would be beneficial to you, there's a button at the very bottom of this page that can facilitate that conversation. But until we do have a chance to speak personally, I want to thank you, as always, for being a part of my community. This is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.